Oh, my voice sounds so rough. It was all that singing I did for y'all the other day when I was singing in some of the songs in a higher key. That's why it's important to sing in your key. It's very important. And now my voice is raspy and rough. But anyway, y'all come on in. Let me get my iPad right here. How y'all doing today? We're going to have a discussion tonight. And if this is your first time here, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Hit the like button. My name is Cheryl Grabowski, and I'm the Narc Slayer here on YouTube, teaching you guys how to not allow the narcissist to exploit you emotionally. No, 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 no. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. Let's see, I am live. There's one person watching.
Hey guys, it's
Let's turn that down. Eric is in the building. Christopher. Christopher says, I am addicted to being here. Angie Brown says, hi. Hello, guys. How are you doing? I got my iPad right here. So, I hope y'all have had a wonderful day. The last time I saw y'all this morning, me and my daughter was over at the restaurant. We were over at the restaurant, and it was a little snack that I had. It was okay. It wasn't the best thing in the world. Let me slide y'all back just a little bit. And we're going to have a conversation. I respect you. You're a great person. Thank you, Christopher. I appreciate you for saying that. And I appreciate you for being here. But we're going to get into it. We're going to get into it tonight, okay? If I can help some of you guys thrive as you survive these toxic relationships with some of family members, some intimate relationships, some maybe just whoever, bosses, it doesn't matter. It's that toxic person in your life who has chosen you for your morals and values and your empathy because they have none, you know? Just think about it. If we play the devil's advocate for a minute, just think about the fact that these toxic people, they know they're bad news, right? They know they're full of shit. They know they're liars and cheaters, and they're manipulators, and their favorite tool is the gaslighting. The gaslighting is the narcissist's favorite tool. If y'all hear my granddaughter in the back, forgive me, because I done told that girl to talk in her quiet voice for her ADHD. It be doing too much, okay? But she back there in the back, and y'all might hear her. But one of the biggest tools that the narcissists use is the gaslighting, along with the manipulation. Now, my channel is a channel of thrivers and survivors. That was at first I started off here on YouTube with a need or desire to share my life. I'd gone through a lot. I've had lots of wins. I've had lots of L's. I've learned lots of lessons. Life has been so gracious to assist me in learning, okay? So this morning when we were doing the morning live, I told you guys that I was coming back to have this conversation about empaths, okay? And to teach you guys how not to be exploited by toxic people. So if we're going to play the devil's advocate, we could say that the toxic person knows that you might be a loving person, maybe even a religious person. What's up, Mason Chase in the building? Have audio this time, LOL. Let's discuss. What do you mean, have audio? Y'all can't hear me? Oh, when the last time you saw me today, it was on mute. Is that what you're talking about? Okay, let's keep going. So they may even, like, Mason Chase is a Christian, right? They may even know that you a Christian, or maybe you're not. Just maybe you're not a Christian. You're just a really good, morally upstanding person. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that's you, and they know that. But say for instance, for a teachable moment, say for instance you're a Christian, and they know that you forgive because your Bible told you to forgive. They will exploit that. No, I just couldn't hear because I had the sound off. Sound is good. Okay, can you hear good now? So they know that you are to forgive, right? That's what you're supposed to do as a good Christian. So what they do, they exploit this. They exploit it. They exploit it over and over. Hey, Jordan Hicks, I don't know where are women at night. Women don't be here at night. I don't know why the women, maybe they're with their men. I don't know what the problem is, but I'm single. Hey, oh, there's a woman. Hey, Princess, Sunshine Love. Hey, girl. You enjoy your Tuesday night too. So maybe they know that Asher, what's up, Asher Pemberton? How you doing? I be seeing the same people every night. Hey, Jacob. I'm doing good, Miguel. How you doing? So they know that you're a good person, right? So you want to do good things. No, not John P. Key tonight. I'm with my man, but I'm here too. Okay. So they know. See, the thing was, this is the thing. I remember years ago, I remember having a tender, forgiving, loving heart. Thank you, Miguel. We're talking about being exploited for your empathy. We're talking about toxic people using your empathy against you. And that's how they exploit you. I got rid of toxic people long ago. I had plenty now. I'm solo. Well, good, but sometimes a toxic person could be a family member. It's just not, it's not just lovers. You know, it could even be a parent that's exploiting you. For instance, I'll just say for an example, what is her name? Oh my God. She was going with Rob Kardashian, and she got all of the face implants and stuff. China, that's her name. China has a mother called Tokyo. Tokyo, in my opinion, is pure trash. That is a horrible, damaged lady. And if I was Tokyo's coach, I would tell her to leave her mother and not to speak to her not one more day in her life. That would be my advice. But you guys might be saying, Cheryl, no, listen, that lady is completely toxic. There are people, millions of people all over the world. I was watching this program today on TikTok. What's up, Miguel and Malcolm? How you doing? So the police knock on the door. Knock, 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 knock. Police knock on the door, and this woman comes to the door, and she says, can I help you? And they say, yes. They say, we have a warrant. And she said, for what? She said, I just sent my 4 children upstairs because it's nighttime. It's time for them to go to bed. And I have neighbors around here. What do you guys want with me? She said. So they said, we have a warrant because someone called us and told us that you have a son, and the son has not been seen for 5 months. And they are saying that your son is on your property in a container of some sort. And we have a warrant to search your home. And she said, what? Oh, she was in, listen, the narcissist is on stage in your life. This is a real story that I'm telling you guys about, but I'm just using it for an example. Because the toxic person in your life could be a parent. Could be. Listen, it's not just lovers and husbands. Sometimes it's family members. Sometimes it's even a parent. So they go in the house and she's trying to say, I'm going to call my lawyer. They're asking her questions. They go to her office. She's on stage. She's acting. She's a phenomenal actress. She's phenomenal, okay? Just like I tell y'all all the time, especially in the morning lives, these people, the content creators and some of the subscribers, right? And some of the people in your life and some of your lovers are actresses. They're just not working for Hollywood. That's it. That's the only difference. But they're acting in your life. And so they get to asking her these questions. I'm listening to it. I was like, oh my God. So she's telling them she doesn't have a son. That somebody, this is what she tells them initially. But they've done their homework. So they have papers from the Social Security office. They have proof that she gets financial assistance from Social Security for this child because this child has an IEP. He's special needs, sort of like all this stuff. And she's just talking. So they finally tell her, ma'am, we know that you have a son. Where is he? So then they tell her, we have to put you in handcuffs. And she's still acting. Finally, she comes down and she says, listen, somebody, this person has told this lie on me. This person has stole my ID. She's still willing and dealing. She's a narcissist. She might even be a psychopath. She's acting. She's on stage in their lives, the children's lives, and the young boy who's in the basement in a really tightly concealed container with a top and a seal on it where you can't smell him. And he's been in there for 6 months. What she told them, she told them that he unalived himself with her gun. She's lying. She did it. She did it. And she put him in the container. Okay, well, if he unalived himself, and she said she did that, put him in the container so that she could get benefits. Listen, this is a movie, but some of you guys, Asher, yeah, some of you guys will be experiencing this in your lifetime. You will meet someone, or you know someone already. They're on stage in your life. They're absolutely out of their mind. They are out of their mind. They're acting and they function in artificial, manufactured emotions. It's not real. They're not sincere. They're going to use you for your empathy. Now, this is how they do it. They notice that you may be even you're a very loving person. Ashley, don't make all that noise and stop walking so hard. And stop walking so hard. They know that you might have a lot of love, that you got a kind heart, that you're gentle and forgiving. And then this is how they use the manipulation, right? They get you to, Ashley, your mom just went to pick up some stuff, right? Okay. So they get you to doubt yourself, number one. They lie and gaslight you. Is that an extreme case? Please tell me that's an extreme case. Mason Chase, no. I mean, we got a legal system every day where people are being put in jail and going to Supreme Court for unaliving and homicide. It's not an extreme case. Stuff happens all the time, right? It happens all the time. It's just that what we do in our lives, we're not looking for this. We're not detectives, you know. I'm not a detective. I don't work for the homicide department. I'm not a police officer. You know, that's part of their world. So if you had a conversation with one of them, they could spit it right out. When the agent came here, federal agent came here to my house about 7 months ago, I think it's about 7 months ago, she was telling me about the story of the grandmother who unalived the 8-year-old granddaughter. She had Her children left 5. No, 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 not her children. I'm sorry. Her daughter left 5 children with her, and she unalived an 8-year-old. See what I'm saying? And this happens every day. The news report on some of it, but this, I'm not talking about those cases. I'm talking about y'all. I'm talking about your life. Our society is a whole lot narcissistic, whether or not it's on YouTube or in your life, in your family, or on your job. They're there. Narcissists are right there. They've been around the whole time. I mean, I know that, but like, there are levels of it, right? And that's one of the less common one. No, it's not less common. It's not. Hey, the big Don Donna. It's not less common, Mason Chase. It's not. The cases that we hear about, the people get in trouble with the law because they've unalived people, and some people get away with it. Some of these narcissists been narking the whole time, and they leave this world and go into eternity, and nobody knows what they've done, but they've done the most horrendous things. Some of them live to be old. Some of them outlive really good people. Seriously. My job here on YouTube is to inform you guys of these type people and make sure that you don't allow them to exploit you and give them access to you. And God knows, don't let them live off of you. You know, to be in these relationships that we're in with people that exploit you for your empathy. Like, I coach people. I have conversations on the phone with people who are married to and in love with narcissists. They put you in a jail. They put you in a jail. They isolate you for one. They talk about all of your family members that's around you. They put your family members down. They make you believe that they're the only ones that love you and your other family members don't. That's part of the isolation. Then once they do that, they get to working on your mental and emotional health. And before you know it, your sensory nervous system is crashed, and your whole life, everything about your life is for this person. They don't love you. They actually possess you. They're not capable of love. You know, you can have a love so strong and so deep that you can love a person so much and that person don't want to be with you. And if your love, if it's real love now, not the stuff on the television, not that, and not the stuff that your grandma tell you about, not that either, but you will let that person go. Because even though you want to be with that person, you know that they don't want to be with you, so you let them go. That's real love. Love sets a person free. Love will allow them to be free to love whoever they want, while you deal with the pain of missing them. That's what real love is. I really don't think that people are a lot unhealthy. They've been taught the wrong things. They've sat around and watched generationally mom and dad and uncles and cousins and neighbors and friends, you know, play life. And a lot of times it wasn't real. But for us people who have awakened and who have looked at our shadow, love suffers all. Nikki said exactly, Cheryl. Us people who have looked at our shadows and know, I mean, just gotten real. You know what I'm saying? You got to look at things how they are versus what you want them to be. And the reality of it is, until you are able to do that, you could be very much asleep in this world and not even being awakened to live a reality. You could be in a relationship with somebody who never loved you and never will. And you don't really understand that that's what situation you're in if they don't know how to love you properly. My job on YouTube, my job in my life, no ma'am. My job is to help you guys not to fall into the trap of these people. And when you think about it, these people who are going to exploit you emotionally because they don't have what you have. they don't they don't have what you have. Do you understand? They don't have the patience, the forgiveness, I mean the love and all of that. They don't have those things. They're going to, it's almost like, how can I say it? They can know that you're morally upright. I'm not saying that you're perfect. There's no such a thing as perfect, right? But they know that you are capable. You have morals and values that you live by. What does that mean? You have an internal GPS. What does that mean? That there's a system inside of you that keeps you flying straight. It's like a check and balance system where you don't need 10, 15 people watching you. You don't need the elders, the deacons, and all these layers of these adults, the priests, the pastors. And you don't need all them watching you because your internal GPS does that job. You don't need your spouse to put a tracking device underneath your car. You don't need them to put a device in your car or in your living room or in the garage to watch you, to make sure that you flying straight. Your internal GPS, what's up, Elliot, is going to do that for you. You don't need that. Do you understand what I'm saying? And so by them knowing that you have a thing with you, they know that you won't betray that thing and that you can't betray yourself. They know that. And so they will exploit you. They're going to watch you be totally committed to them, love them, and forgive the shit out of them while they cheat on you, manipulate you, and gaslight you, and then guilt you into forgiving them over and over and over again. So how do they do that? One of the ways that they do that is that they seem to be, that's just it. It's so true. They seem to be vulnerable and sincere and transparent. They might make you feel like, well, oh, I've had such a good time. I mean, such a bad time growing up. Oh, I've had it hard. You don't know what I've gone through. I've gone through so much. Baby, I'm so sorry. Or they might even say, baby, I didn't do that. I don't know why those people are saying that about me. I don't know why that guy called you and said that. Or I don't know why that lady called you and said that. But that's not true. I didn't do that. I didn't do it. And they might say it over and over and over again. Then they might be extra. Then they go about, now they remember the things that you've asked them for along the way. They remember that you wanted to go to Jamaica. They remember that you wanted that special piece of jewelry over at the jewelry store. They remember that wonderful pair of boots that you really like, or the perfume that you really like, that you've been expecting from them, or this nice bag, or whatever it is, or this nice wallet, or whatever. They remember all that, and before you know it, you'll have a gift. It's part of the manipulation. They remember your favorite meal, or they'll just start stopping by the breakfast spot in the morning and then taking you your favorite breakfast. And before you know it, you don't even have to ask them to do it, because now they can keep on bringing you what they know that you want, because that's part of the manipulation. They're actually not sorry. They're actually trying to do nice things for you to manipulate your emotions and bring your anger down. They have a good sense of how to do that. And then once all of that happens, then you might even say, to come back to them and say, I don't believe what that person said about you. I don't believe it at all. But see, they are the manipulator, because see, they don't have that internal GPS. They don't have that good backup system that comes from God. They don't have that. They only flow in manipulation, gaslighting, and lying and manufactured emotions. That's all they got. Because when you turn your back, they'll do anything behind your back with no remorse. With no remorse. Do you see what I'm saying? Real character is measured by what a person will do when nobody's watching. That's the real measure of somebody's character. What a person will or won't do when people are not watching them. That's when you see the real person. But if they know that there's an audience, they know that somebody's watching, then they won't do it. You see what I'm saying? But they're doing these things behind your back. They're talking about you too, to people behind your back. You see what I'm saying? The thing is, you can't trust them when they go to work. You can't trust them when they out with their friends. You can't. Because they're going to betray you. They're going to lie. They're going to cheat. They're going to steal. They're going to lie. They're going to cheat, and they're going to steal. They're going to do it all. And they're going to manipulate you, then come back to you and gaslight to you, and then try to confuse you and make you feel like that feeling that you have, your internal GPS 2, is that thing that lets you know what they're doing behind your back. But they are going to make you doubt that your own GPS. Mason Chase said, LOL, my pastor says that if you want to get to know yourself, consider what you do when you're alone and nobody's watching. Yeah. Yeah. It's almost like, I think in their mind, if you don't see it, then it's okay. It's such a flawed perception, really, because it's a picture of this person does not have the internal GPS and the love and the respect for you. That's all it is. It's just a picture of that. That's why they do it. They say, oh, I made a mistake. It's not a mistake. Ashton, I don't want to hear your phone. Okay. It's not a mistake. They can use your empathy against you. Okay, and so this is what this looks like. Okay. So your toxic person comes to you and now they are hurt. Their feelings are hurt, it appears. They are crying. They make you feel bad for holding them accountable. They let you know that they've had a hard time, that they might not have a job, that they're going through, and all this stuff like this. And then they'll say to you, why are you hurting me? You're hurting me right now. I thought that you were a good person. I thought that you were a Christian, or I thought that you had morals. You're hurting me. Don't you see my tears? Don't you see me crying? Don't you see me vulnerable? It's not real. So what they're saying this for is now they're tugging at your heart, because you do have empathy. You might even feel sympathy for them. So now they're tugging at your heart. Now what they're going to do, listen very carefully. I'm going to tell you. Now what they're going to do is now you will automatically, you people who have the right type of emotional makeup, you're going to start feeling your empathy and your sympathy now. Whether they are being real and sincere or not, it doesn't matter. You're going to start feeling it. Matter of fact, you're going to know they full of crap, but you're still going to feel for them too. I tell you, it's being an empath, I'm telling you, it is, and that's why I do what I do on YouTube, because I didn't know any of this until I met my coach. Okay, so she's the pointer. She's the one that opened my eyes to it. And every day of my life, every day, I do inward work on my internal GPS. So listen, you're going to know if they're full of crap. You're going to know they're shitty, right? You're still going to feel empathy for them. And then you're going to want them to not hurt, and you're going to want them to feel better while knowing that they tried to throw you in the trash. All of this is happening simultaneously, all at the same time. Okay? Because, you know, we deal with the layers over here. It's about the layers. All of this is happening at the same time. So then I'm saying to you, what do you do when you start feeling sorry for that person that hurt you? What do you do? Because what you're going to see, possibly what you can see, is the wounded, broken inner child, or that part of them that's broke, which possibly could have drawn you to that person to begin with, because you want to nurture and love and help this person because they need you, right? So what do you do? What do you do? Do you say, oh, well, I'm going to forgive you, and I'm going to give you another chance? Ashton, I don't want to hear that noise. I'm going to forgive you. I'm going to give you another chance. Is that what you do? Is that what you're saying through the screen? Because that's not what I want you to do. This is what I want you to do, because they are an adult. Number one. Number two is everybody got to deal with their own consequence. Forgiveness is overrated, and we've used it in the wrong way. Sometimes forgiveness is necessary. You guys say it's necessary all the time. I'm telling you, if you're going to forgive anybody, forgive yourself. Hold them accountable for their behavior. Do you understand me? Now, you're going to feel like you want to fix it. You want to fix it for them, because this is what you've been doing. You've been fixing it for them all the time. You might even take on the blame in order for them to stop hurting or crying. But when I'm telling you, it's not real. So I don't want you to do that. I want you to say to them, I'm tired of what you've been doing. It is your responsibility to fix you. I love myself. I'm not going to allow you to hurt me anymore. I understand that you're wounded and broken, and that is not your fault that you are that way, but it is your responsibility to fix it. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to choose me over you. And then I'm going to let you, life, God, and the universe fix it. And that's your business. That's what I want you to do. That's what I want. You cannot allow people to use your empathy against you. Toxic people will do it every time. It's one of the plays that's in the playbook. We're supposed to forgive them, but not let them hurt us again. To forgive as to see it means to let it go and not hold it against them, not hold a grudge, but we're not to let them damage us. No. No, Mason Chase. The reason why toxic people have been doing all of what they do, and some of them go as far as to unalive you. Some of you guys pay for this with your very life, because somebody, you've drank in the Kool-Aid. I'm working, Cheryl. We watch the live tomorrow. Okay, darling. Some of you guys have drank in the Kool-Aid. You've put too much stock in forgiveness. This is the thing. That is how the toxic people are able to continue to hurt you. That's how. You can use whatever words you want. You can use forgive. I don't care what kind of words you use. You cut your empathy off. They don't need your forgiveness. They need healing. Forgiveness from you is not what they need. And you don't need to forgive them. Only thing you need to do is love you. We want to take forgiveness off the table. Take it off. Put it in the trash. You guys have put too much stock in forgiveness. This is how the toxic person is able to access you. You got too much, you're thinking, you've got too much stock in oh, I've got to forgive this person. I've got to. No, you do not. You've got to hold this person accountable. We've put too much stock in forgiveness. We're thinking wrong. We live in a society, y'all, that's 90% narcissistic. Do you understand me? And if you're going to have a good life and you're going to get around good people, you've got to get this forgiveness thing in order. When you look at forgiveness, Mason Chase, and look at forgiveness not just as one thing, but look at it in layers. You understand me? Look at it in layers. I'm over here. Just look at me for a minute. I'm over here to the point where I've just talked to my doctor. I got 3 autoimmune diseases behind you. This toxic person. I'm big, fat, overweight. My heart about to stop beating. I got diabetes. I got sugar. I got gout. I got arthritis from living with you. And I put more emphasis on me forgiving you instead of me healing myself and getting away from you. Y'all done drunk the Kool-Aid. Y'all got it twisted. What's up, Daniel? Naya, what's up, boo? Y'all have literally drank the Kool-Aid. It is time for empaths and survivors to put these toxic people in their places and to hold them accountable and give them to God. Cheryl, I've missed you so much, Pookie. What's up, Avery, boo? How you been? This algorithm is off, boo. But you know, Cheryl ain't gonna go nowhere. Cheryl gonna be right here for y'all, okay? Because I understand, honey. That's not what I meant. Okay. But listen, Mason Chase, I'm 53. I've put too much stock in forgiveness. Good, yes. I've put too much stock in it. The stock is not, I want y'all to take the emphasis off the forgiveness and put the emphasis on you and what you came into this world to do and what you deserve. What you mean? How does the toxic person learn? Who's going to hold them accountable? Why is so much energy put towards them? Why isn't the energy on you? Why won't you figure out what's wrong with you that you tolerate the toxicity? Why won't you research the deepest rhythms and regions of your own soul? Why worry about them and what they got going on? You didn't cause it. 9 times out of 10, it happened in their childhood. It's their mammy and their pappy's fault. It's not for you to fix it. Okay. I don't know what proper forgiveness is. I know that back in the day, well, really, I got the forgiveness from, I guess, people in church. What's up, Beach? What's up? Listen, I got that type of idea. If you, okay, let's get into it, Mason Chase. Why not, right? Tuesday night. If you don't forgive other people their trespasses, then God won't forgive you. Right? But there's somebody that God didn't forgive too. That person, according to the storyline, was a very toxic person. Been toxic from the beginning, toxic still. Book of Revelation still say he's toxic. Then the end of the book said he gonna be done away with the lake of fire. So he been toxic the whole time. That's all I'm saying. Instead of you guys focusing on what God say do, I focus more on what God did. So God say to forgive your adversary. But the book said he didn't forgive Lucifer. So is the emphasis on what God did or what God said? Now, to me, it really doesn't matter because you know how I am about that, Mason Chase, literally. You can do whatever you want with that. My point is this. Ashlyn, please be still. You doing way too much. But you got to, I understand that, but your mama on the way back, and please don't bother me.
She's not on the way back. She's here. And she won't get out of her car.
Go outside, Ashlyn. Just go outside. Go outside. Where she at, baby? If she's here. Just go right to the car. Yeah, you don't have to sit in here. She right outside. All right. Angels and demons aren't human. Oh, God. Macy Chase, Lord. I'm finna go to bed. All right. So listen. I'm going to get out the comments because this message is so important that I can't deal with the comments. Because for the empaths that are here, Ashlyn, Monet is right there. Go outside. Scared of what? The lights are on. What you, girl, Lord, leave me alone. Between some of y'all in the comments and my grandbaby, you just getting on my nerves. No. I guess for the rest of the week, I'll just make videos. What's up, Platinum TV? I'll just make videos because do you understand? For you guys that get it, you get it. For you guys that don't, you don't. Maybe you're gonna have years of being abused by narcissistic people who can't change. Maybe that'll be your story because that's how it was for me. I didn't believe that those people were that toxic, but some of those people are passed away. And they were terrible until they died. They did not change. There was never no change. I guess when I tell y'all that, it's hard to swallow into stomach that somebody that you know or possibly somebody that you love can't change and will never change. You'll be there trying to love on them. You'll be there praying your prayers. You'll be there speaking your scriptures, and it's no change. It won't. It won't. You know what I mean? Ashton, can you go to the kitchen? I'm gonna put this on. Matter of fact, I'm getting ready to put this on mute, and I'm gonna get up because I ain't gonna say it now one more time.
I'm not doing nothing to you.
I just want you to go over there and get out of my ear with all that rattling. Just go.
Talk to him. Talk to you. Don't talk to him.
Okay, hold on, y'all. All right. All right, Cheryl, I want to understand what you're saying. Based on what you've said so far, I agree with you about how to handle people like this. I didn't mean to bring any religion into it. Susan, all right, discipline isn't toxic. Yeah, we can't. Anyway, Susan, hey girl, but you can leave. You can leave because I'm a grandma. And I don't know who the hell you are or how old you are. I don't know nothing about you. Okay? But I'm a grandmother. I got 4 adult children. You're going somewhere now. Because you the type of person that get beat up in the grocery store by your children or your grandkids. Now go on. Now, okay, so anyway, what I'm saying, Mason Chase, this is what I'm saying. Toxic people don't want boundaries and discipline. Toxic people will not, they don't want you to hold them accountable. What's up, Mason? I mean, Jakey J. What's up? What's up, Platinum? Toxic people don't, they don't want you to hold them accountable. Now, my grandbaby not toxic. She's a kid. She's a 9-year-old. You understand? And so, anyway, she's got to be quiet. But anyway, listen, they don't want you to, because listen, narcissistic people, or not narcissistic people, people with NPD, that's a personality disorder, mental illness. They are forever children inwardly. Do you not understand that? So the boundaries, they don't like the boundaries because what? 3, 4, 5-year, 6-year-old, 7-year-old children don't like boundaries? They don't know what boundaries are. These people are adult in size and age, but the inward structure of who they are, they're children. So no, they don't like you to do that. And another thing, they don't want you to hold them accountable because they're always the victim. And they rationalize everything that they do. So I'm saying to be attached to the hip with some of these adult babies, no, we're not doing that. If you find out that you're in a serious relationship with one of these babies, then you let them go and let them grow. That's what we're going to say on Tuesday night. Tuesday night is the message for Tuesday night. Let them go so they can grow. Because then now life has to teach them, because their parent didn't teach them that. They are not victims. The thing is, Mason Chase, they can be doing some of the most horrible things to you, and then they themselves feel like that they are a victim. But when you try to hold them accountable, because they can't be accountable for nothing, then what they do, they say, oh, well, you trying to hurt me. You're doing something. You're doing bad things to me. So it's not, forgiveness is overrated. Do you understand how people throw forgiveness in there? Okay, say for instance, I go speak to my mother and I said, Mama, I'm in this relationship and this person that I'm with, they do A, B, C, D, and I keep going through this, and Mama say, well, Cheryl, you got to forgive him. But I'm saying, Mama, he's been doing this we've been in a relationship for 7 years. I done caught him cheating 3 times. He won't stay on a job. I done had 3 women to call me about him. And she said, but Cheryl, when he good, he good. Just pray for him, Cheryl. Just call for the elders of the church and anoint his shoes. Just go into the prayer closet and wait until his change comes. Then I say, but Mama, what about me? For me to live with this person every day, I'm hurting. I just went to my doctor's appointment and my body is crashing because every day that I'm with him and all of the lying, the manipulating, the gaslighting, and the cheating, it makes me feel bad emotionally. That communicates to the cells in my body. They're communicating. I'm getting sicker and sicker by the day. You telling me to pray for him, Mama? I'm crashing. Those are the realities. This is a platform for people who are recovering from narcissistic abuse. Unfortunately, there are lots of toxic people, like I'm describing, who don't want to be held accountable for their toxic ways. But the people who call me and email me, they get it. They know that what I'm saying is absolute gold. It is. And for the ones Hey, Cheryl Mods in chat. Remember how Whitney Houston, aka Savannah's mother, was in? Yes, and that's a perfect example, Mr. Top. Thank you so much. And Tina Turner's mother. Tina Turner's mother was the same way. That's the old school. You call for the elders of the church, and it could be the same way for the husband with the toxic wife. And you pray that person through, and you go through and you let your body collapse. You let your mental health go down. This is not what they say, but this is what I'm saying. You let your body collapse. You let your mental health go down. You lose your money. You get fired from your job. But what you do is you hold on to this toxic man or woman in your life, and you give everything you got for that person, and you let yourself collapse. That's what they're saying. But this is 2024, and we are evolved here. We don't do that. We don't do that anymore. Yes, my mother was that way with my father. Yes. This is a community of empaths and people who have gone through so much toxicity, and now we are determined to keep those toxic people out of our life and let them go so they can grow. Because this is the thing, they're not going to allow you to hold them accountable, right? And so you have to let them go and deal with their consequences. You cannot forgive them, rescue them, and save them. You can't do that. You cannot forgive them, rescue them, and save them, because you are harming yourself. And the first rule the first assignment that you get from God or universe, or however you want to say it, is to take care of yourself first. That's your first assignment. That's your first assignment, is you. That's why you inherited the body. You're not to let your body crash because you call yourself in love with a person who don't love you. That is not love. Listen, Hollywood, Hallmark cards, Disney, and any other representation of that false love, we reject it. That is not it. I told y'all earlier in this live that when a person really, really, really loves you, right? And if you, say for instance, God forbid, the person doesn't want to be with you. They just don't, for whatever reason. Your love is supposed to be so pure and so strong that you release them because you want the best for them. And the first thing that you want for them is to be happy, even if it's not with you. Love sets free. Real love is freedom for that person to do what they want to do, because what they want to do is what we should rather for them to do. Do you understand? We've been, from all kind of literature and stories and television shows, and we've kind of ingested some things that are not good, that we need to pluck up out of us. You know, I'm getting to the place now where, because I've been possessed before and I've possessed others, I know what it's like on both sides, right? When I tell the intimate partner of mine, I don't want you to go here, I don't want you to do that, and you can't do this and you can't do that. Like, huh? That's not it, y'all. But I'm gonna tell you what's it. What's it to what it is to find a person with that internal GPS is similar to yours. So then you ain't gotta worry about it. Because when you're not around them, their internal GPS keep them straight. And you know that because you've done enough homework. You know, you've looked into that person. You understand how your stuff works. You know what you wouldn't dare do, right? Behind that person's back. You know you, like what you won't do. And you don't need anybody. You don't need anybody to enforce it. Not 1 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning, 3, 4, 5, so forth and so on. You don't need it. You don't need no backup system to your system because your system is straight. And you need somebody else who has a backup system like that. You need somebody who has a system like that. Their internal GPS. So how do you check that? How do you do that? Because for you empaths, I'm just going to talk to y'all because I know how to talk to y'all. Okay? Because I just know how to talk to y'all. How do you check that? You look in that person's history. You look at the history. For real. You look at the history. Or you know, because has the person, what's up, Chrissy Brissy? Has the person done the work on themselves? Has the person done the work? You know? Forgiveness is overrated. We don't want y'all doing that. I'm telling y'all, don't do that. Don't get in no relationship with nobody who's always trying to guilt you and shame you and make you feel like you got to forgive them all the time. Why do they need so much forgiveness? Why do they need so much? Why are you always coming back asking for my forgiveness? Why can't you fly straight? Why can't you hold yourself accountable? Is something wrong with your internal GPS? What's going on? Because if they cannot discipline themselves, what is it time to do? What we talk about here on this channel. What do we talk about? If they can't discipline themselves, where's time to do? Time to call somebody. Why? Because you need somebody to help you facilitate your internal GPS. And unfortunately, I'm going to speak this, and you say what you want. For you guys who go to church, okay, that's fine. Go. Go. But if you dealing with one of these toxic people, they need a therapist. Okay. They need somebody to psychoanalyze that brain. Okay. I have never been abused by a narcissist. Okay, Miss Chase, what are you doing here? We're survivors and thrivers. But I have been unintentionally emotionally abused. Unintentionally. Ooh, Mason Chase. I always just internalized, ignored it, and now I have mental disorders. So I can kind of understand what you mean. So if a person, I know I'm not an empath. Okay, well, Mr. Top, you could be just a regular person. It works the same way for everybody. Don't let people hurt you. Just cause. Don't. Mason, you say you have mental disorders, so you can kind of understand what you mean. And you said, okay, so if a person hurts you unintentionally, right? What do you mean? How does a person hurt you unintentionally? I don't think I understand that. How do you get hurt unintentionally by people? All of this, what we talk about over here on this channel, is how to navigate our internal world. You know? Because that's what's going to help us, you know. Otherwise, if you don't have this internal structure straightened out, then anything that we do, like anything that we experience in life or whatever, it's not our peace and our love and stuff, it's not going to last. You know, this is almost like buying a new car. You drive that car for 30 days, I swear you're going to be used to that car after 30 days. That excitement of buying that new thing or buying a new house. Going on a vacation. Say, for instance, you're going to be there 7 days. By 7 days. And by the second or third day, you're going to be used to being at the vacation spot. So anything that we do external-wise doesn't have a lasting effect. It doesn't. But what we do internal-wise, that has a lasting effect. Because whether or not we buy a new car, a new house, or we go on a really nice vacation, We could just be full of life, just sitting at your house, the house that you've been at, or taking a walk or wherever, because you're just loving life. And you can't do that with a toxic person. You can't do that. That's what I do know. Like, I know that more than anybody. When I'm hurt, I want to hurt back. I don't lose sleep about others' pain. I don't seek to hurt others, though. When you hurt, that's natural. That's part of our human. That's part of being a human, Mr. Top. When people hurt us, we want to hurt back. It's true. Like, my mom was super sick and could never care for us, and we suffered for it. Right. Okay. She took medications and made her a monster, and she wasn't there at all. And my dad wasn't there because he had to pay bills. I see what you're saying. Um, this is what I want to say. Can I say your mom was super sick and could never care for us, and we suffered for it? She took medications that made her a monster. Is she alive now, Mason? Is she still alive? Is she alive now? Is she alive now? My mom was sick too. She really, like, I in my opinion, yeah. My mama lived depressed. She was depressed a lot. Like, she literally lived a lot of her life in a nightgown with her hair just stuck straight on top of her head. Like, yeah. So, yeah, I understand what you're saying. Have you ever had therapy? Well, Bus and Rob, I would not. A relationship of 4 years, and you feel like that the person is abusive, then you choose yourself and in the relationship. You shouldn't tolerate abuse. That you may struggle with self-love if you know everything I just talked about. No abuse. She always tells me I can't drink. Well, I mean, she can't tell you what to do. You're an adult, but I mean, are you abusing alcohol? No. Mason, yeah. So I know for me, therapy was the best thing in the world. Um, Therapy was the best thing in the world because I was able to, even though your mother, like, that's good for you, Mason Chase, to understand, like, that she had an issue, therefore she couldn't take care of you guys properly. She took medication that made her mean, but the reality of it is that she neglected and abused you. And you have feelings about that. You might say, oh, well, sure, I forgive her because she was sick. My mom's sickness was only partially mental. Some was physical too. She's getting therapy for both now. But what I'm saying is that look at what it did with you. And need you might need to navigate some of those emotions internally. And it's okay to say that I'm mad with you because you neglected me. Why didn't you get the therapy earlier? You know what I'm saying? Why didn't you What's up, Marie? Why didn't you fight for yourself? Why did you have children knowing that you had these mental problems? And it's not okay to take medicine that's making you mean on top of everything, because we need, as children, we need to be loved and nurtured and taken care of. And if you feel that way, because those feelings would be valid, if you feel abused and neglected and all that, then it's okay to say that. You might need a therapist so you can say it to that person. You know what I mean? Um, some people might say, well, I understand my parent and, you know, but still, what about the neglected child in you? What about that? Seeing other people, other mothers that were super present for their children. What about that? My kids have some of the same problems that you have. And let me see how many of my, let me see, one, two of my children are in therapy and two need to go. No, 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 no. It's more, it's only one of my kids who hadn't had any therapy. The other, no. Two of them have not. Two of them have. What if therapy doesn't work for me? I have tried several different therapists and nothing else. You got to find the right one. I mean, almost finding the right therapist is almost like finding the right relationship. And it's not always easy. You know what I'm saying? But it's worth it though. It's worth it. Don't give up on it because some people become therapists. Y'all know all therapists ain't created equal. Just like all doctors are not created equal. All judges are not. It's like that. So you got to find the right one. Some people do it for the money. Some therapists don't have empathy. They have no business being therapists. Some therapists are narcissists. They have no business being therapists. You got to find the right one. And I love it. I found the right person. And then, and so, yeah, you just need to find the right one. Yeah. You need to fight. Don't give up because you found somebody who you felt like, oh God, no, I could never. Because if you don't trust the therapist, if things are not clicking and like, if they're not, I'm telling you, you need an empath that's a therapist. You found the right one after so long. Good for you, Chrissy. You need an empathic therapist. You need someone who could put themselves emotionally in your shoes. I mean, to have the information. Who cares about what you know until people know that you care? So their life was a total mess. That could be problematic too, Bus and Rob, because this is the thing. You could get a therapist and they have, that's almost saying, Bus and Rob, that's almost saying that that judges, DEAs, and lawyers don't break the law, and they do. Or that doctors don't smoke cigarettes, and they do. So when you go into with a therapist, your job is not to investigate the therapist and see are they perfect people. There's no such a thing. Ain't no perfect therapists, perfect doctors, lawyers, or perfect preachers. Doesn't exist. Suppose you're a broke college student like me and you can't find one. Mason Chase, do some research. You can still get therapy and be a broke college student. You got some free ones. You just gotta use that college brain of yours and figure it out. It felt like the blind leading the blind to me. Well, just find another one again. just find another one. Your now, it wasn't popular back in the day to have a therapist or to have someone who can help you navigate your thoughts and your emotions. It wasn't college brain and no brain cells. You have brain cells. It wasn't popular. Nowadays, it is super popular. Matter of fact, if you don't have anybody to talk to, matter of fact, nowadays, everybody's doing it. Everybody. Professionals, basketball players, everybody. I have so many clients who, everybody's doing it now. You either get you a therapist or a coach. If you're going to lie to your therapist, what's the point of going there? Transparency and honesty that's just like lying to yourself. What's the point? What's up, Daisy girl in the building? What's the point? If you're gonna be lying, don't lie to your therapist. Don't lie to yourself. You can't get no help like that. Thank you, Charlie. Court ordered is the point. Oh, no, no, no. Well, find you another one. I ain't talking about that. I'm not talking about that. You know what I'm saying? I'm a life coach. What's up, the House of Urban Lounge in the building? Andre with Bacon. I've been lurking and listening to the convo. Absolutely right. Don't lie to yourself. You can't get any help doing that. Yeah, don't lie on yourself. Andrew with Bacon. What's up, boo? Got back home from a friend's house. Daisy, girl, you be socializing, honey. Yeah, don't lie to yourself. Don't go. Two things don't do. Don't lie to yourself when you go and don't lie to yourself, period. Don't lie to the therapist and don't go there um, with any type of substance or alcohol. Don't do it. Please be sober, okay? Because the whole thing is to access the mind and also the deepest rhythms and regions of your own soul and all of those things. The human, we are very complex, guys, and that subconscious mind is really big in therapy. So yeah, you got to no, we don't want to do any of those things. We don't want to do it. The therapy is good. Just got to find the right person or the right coach to help you. That's all. It's no matter of fact, it's like I said, it's popular and trending nowadays. But I have to go to my therapist, or I would well go there. No, Bus and Rob, no, you're not listening. You gotta listen. You gotta listen. Like I said, I mean, I could just pat myself on the back because I've been able to influence lots of people to start their introspection life, and they have coaches or either therapists, and things are a lot better. It just it automatically makes you happier. Like you're gonna deal with some pain. Like you're gonna deal, I'm telling you, because we were born into this world to non-perfect people, and it's a lot of crap. It's a lot of crappy stuff going on. Y'all already know that. And so when you're young, you're vulnerable, and in those years, we're very impressionable, and that brain be doing some things. So it grabs certain things, and our body experience certain things. And when you go into there and you're dealing with a fantastic coach or a therapist, baby, they're going to be they're going to be opening up the different files of your life. And you got to be, number one, courageous enough. Number two, smart enough. And number three, you got to love yourself enough to do the work. And that's why like when you're all over social media and you hear people say all the time, but Cheryl, no, it's work. You got to do the work. You work for your employer, or you could be self-employed like me. You work for yourself. Okay, well, there's work involved. Cheryl G coming out Saturday afternoon. Block party 12 p.m. Newington, Connecticut. Is that Connecticut? Victory Way. William Green. How y'all doing? Do y'all have therapists? Okay, it would be fantastic. I'm going to be so excited when you guys that live in other parts of the world tell me, well, Cheryl, you know what? I took your advice. I found me a fantastic life coach or therapist, and I have connected the dots, and my life is beautiful now. My life is beautiful. So I would be, because that's what people do. They call me on the, people that know me in my real life. They call me on the phone, or they hit me up on Facebook and Messenger and say, well, I found me a wonderful, wonderful person to talk to. That's the difference between a life coach. What's the difference? The way that they got their information is different. A life coach like me, I've been through most of what I talk to you guys about. I would say 90% of what I speak on my channel has been my personal experience. A therapist may not be that. A therapist may be 35, 36, 37 years old, um, and may not have had these experiences. That's the difference. hmm That's the difference. Me personally, life coaches are better because just like me, I've just lived a lot of life. I had a therapist. I learned a lot about myself. The therapist helped me to be the man that I am today. I don't go anymore though. See, the House of Urban Lounge podcast. See, I'm telling you guys, um, it's a wonderful thing. It's beautiful. It's yes, different is wisdom via experience. Yes. Yes, Brown. I was literally just asking you to which you think is better, and you said life coach. To me, but I'm sure that there are fantastic therapists. I'm sure. But I've met more life coaches, and what we all have in common is that we've actually been through a lot of stuff. I talk to you guys about narcissists because that's been my life. We talk about empaths because, you know, that's my life. Nobody in my family knew any of this. I just want y'all to know this. This information I sought out on my own. They had no clue. They had no clue at all. So it is what it is. And some of y'all didn't have a clue until you saw me. You understand? I don't want, one of the things that really gets to me and bothers me inwardly is the idea that some of you guys might be ensnared by a narcissist and never escape from it. Whether it be a male or a female, it doesn't matter. It could be either or. I wouldn't want it for you guys. I don't want it for my children. And I don't want it for people that I love. A life coach is legally certified, but a therapist is licensed. There's some difference too. But I wouldn't want to go to a life coach or a therapist who hadn't lived enough life. Because just in my experience, everybody is different. But in my experience, I like you to know about what you talk to me about, not just in information and knowledge, but in experience. You see what I'm saying? So, for instance, if somebody is talking to me about relationships and they've not been in a serious relationship or in a marriage, we can't have that conversation. See what I'm saying? We can't have that conversation. We can have it if I'm telling you, but you can't tell me. You see what I'm saying? No. Yeah, therapists are more textbook, like I said, but which is good, especially if they've had some experience. Do you life coach only people with narcissistic abuse, or do you coach people with other things as well? It's a combination of things, because if I'm talking to you, you can learn from both though. Yes. If I'm talking to you, say for instance, you're in a narcissistic relationship and I'm coaching you through talking to you about gaslighting, showing you how to gray rock, how to shut down your emotions and not let the narcissist extract emotions from you. Maybe also I go from there and teach you, maybe you in a narcissist, you've decided that you want a divorce and you're married to the narcissist, but you don't understand or what goes on from there. Well, I can tell you, if you're married to the narcissist and you're married and you want a divorce and you own a home, I can talk you through that. I've been through that. What do you do? If your name is on the deed, what do you do? What rights do you have? I could talk to you about that. I can also let you know to go get you an attorney, and what the attorney will do, and all through that. And then I can talk to you about manifesting the lifestyle that you want and how to go. Why? Because that's what I've done. Do you see what I'm saying? So it starts with narcissism, but it goes into other parts of your life. So, yeah. Gray rock. Oh, yeah. Gray rock is when you have a toxic person in your life and they like to pick and pry at you until they get you real pissed off and mad. And then when they get you really, really mad and you go all the way off, I mean, you just lose it. They literally drink from you being dysregulated, mad and furious and crying. It gives them so much. The word we use is fuel. It's almost like fueling an empty soul. And then once they extract that emotion from you and drink that fuel, then they are full. I teach you how not to feed them. They are to go and be fed elsewhere. You are to keep your emotions to yourself and keep your body from being exploited by the narcissistic person. Hillbilly J. Hello. So that's what gray rock is. It's a wonderful tactic to use when you're dealing with toxic people. That's all. You just don't let them pick and pry on you. Don't let them provoke you to spazzing out. And then once you do that, then they normally just sit back and look at you and say, well, I knew that you were crazy. When they cause the reaction, when they push all your buttons and make you act like a whole fool, they exploit you. So that's toxic. That is tough. Some of y'all are guilty of these behaviors. You can't tell me that you're not, because I know that you are. You're guilty of these behaviors and you've been doing it for a long time. And I want you guys to stop it. Stop doing that. I want y'all to stop doing that. Somebody's sending hearts. I see hearts on the laptop, but I don't see it on the phone. I mean, on the iPad, but not on the phone. But anyway, so tonight, what's up, HD84? So tonight, the emphasis, I think every kid at least attempt. It's fine for a child to do it, Mason, not adults. It's not cool for 40-year-olds and 50-year-olds and 60-year-olds and 65-year-olds and 70-year-olds to do this. You're right, Mason. You're so smart. This is childlike behavior. It's not for adults. Grown folks should not be doing this. Grown folks should not be needing that roller coaster of those rigid and raw and terrible up and down emotions, fighting and breaking up and making up and cussing and splutting and No. It's all toxic. We're not doing that over here. We're not doing that. Okay? We're not doing that. I didn't see the email, darling. If I didn't respond back to you, I did not see the email. And what name is the email in so I can look for it? Yeah, we don't want those rigid and those up and down. You're in a relationship with somebody and you feel that roller coaster. What's up, 714? How you doing, JC in the building? Oh, what are you doing today? How was your day? I had a super fantastic day today. I hope you did too. Okay, so all right, well send it now so that I won't have to look through there. You know what I mean? And I'll know to go and look. See if I can find it. So we talked tonight about, don't, you empaths that come in here, okay, you empaths, don't let the narcissistic person manipulate you emotionally and exploit. Okay, me too. I'm a little tired too. Don't let them exploit you. Don't. Your body don't like that. Your body don't like fussing, cussing, and arguing. How long were you in a toxic relationship with a narcissist? How long since free from? 23 years. 23 years. It's been 20 years since out. Long time, right? Mm-hmm. 23 years. 20 years out, right? Mm-hmm. Yep, I know what I'm talking about, guys. I do. Some of you guys too, listen. Some of y'all know people that are in these kind of relationships, right? And they are, they're being mistreated by this person. They've probably been with this person for 40 years. And you guys look at the relationship from afar and you say, oh, well, they just love each other. You're saying that about the intimate partner who is the more empathic one who's serving the toxic narcissist. And you guys are saying, well, they just really love each other or whatever like that. And then you might be saying, well, I don't know why she puts up with him. The reason why she does it or he does it is because they don't love themselves. They don't know that. Empaths can be very, very damaged people. They can be very damaged people. Actually, that's how the empath becomes an empath. They become an empath because they were hurt so bad in their childhood, right? They know what it's like to be hurt. And they always got a heart for hurting people. And they end up in a relationship with a toxic person. And they understand the toxic person's pain. But the thing is, what they don't understand is that there's no end to it. Okay, I see you. I just got your email. The email just popped up, so I got it. So I'll go read it and I'll respond to you. So that's how you become an empath. But I want to say this. I saw it when it went through. Every time my mom talks about my grandparents, she describes them as narcissists, but I've never seen it in them. You're welcome. She describes her parents as narcissists, but you've never seen the behavior? So that might be why your mother is so damaged. Growing up in a narcissistic home ain't no joke, honey. It's just like being in the body receives the experience with the narcissist as if you were at war. Like you were at war the whole time. That's what it does to the body. That's called survivor mode. But we're not supposed to live in survivor mode, and it will tear your body down. That's what I was telling you earlier, Mason Chase. It will. Whether it's an intimate relationship or you got a best friend narcissist or family member, it doesn't matter. You have to leave those people alone. So when she was raised, if she said that they're a narcissist, yeah. I just wonder, I mean, you don't have to answer the question, Mason Chase, but I just wonder, how many diseases and psychological problems does she have? There ain't no telling, no. Like, she doesn't use that word, but she tells stories, and I know that's part of it. I don't think she's lying or think, but I'm wondering why I haven't seen it. Everybody can't see the narcissist. They operate in a facade. A lot of people love them to death because it's the perception. It's how they act around other people. Um, they they can appear as angels of light. They're living on stage in your life. You remember I told you that, Mason Chase? They're just like Denzel Washington and all of the phenomenal actors that are out here in this world. It's just that they're in your life. And so people who are not the intimate partner or the children of the narcissist is the one that really sees them. But if you're talking about other people, unless you're dealing with the the uh, the uh, the grandiose narcissist, he's an asshole. And everybody that meets him knows that. Unless you're dealing with that. But if you're dealing with a covert narcissist, oh no. The people from afar, they're not going to know. The covert is an actor to the bone. Whether male or female, it doesn't matter. The covert narcissist, you're not going to be able to tell if they are narcissists or not. You're not. I'm sorry. If you work with them on the job, you won't know. They could be a relative of yours that you won't know. But the intimate partner, the one that's behind the closed doors, they're going to know. They're going to suffer. It's hard. Yeah. They're on stage. That's why I do what I do. Because, people be walking around like friends and family and stuff. They be like, oh, I don't know what's wrong with that person. I think something wrong with that person, but I don't really know what's wrong with that person. What's up, Johnny Diggs TV? How you doing? They be like, I knew something was wrong with that person, but I don't know what's wrong with them. I think the person is slow. All the words that they use. Oh, I think the person is crazy. Oh, I think the person is bipolar. That is not what's wrong with them. They're not that. They're probably they have NPD. They're mentally ill, narcissistic personality disorder, a person who has no empathy, a person who exploits, a person who can't be accountable, a person who's always a victim, a person who's always gaslighting, a person who's forever child, a person who has behavior of children, a person who's morally corrupt, have no morals and values and ethics. They really can never grow up. I'm talking about. What's up, Upstart? How long can they keep the mask on? I've lived with them for weeks and I still have weeks. Mason Chase, don't make me laugh. Weeks. What? They can wear the mask for years. Oh my goodness. They can wear the mask for years. You said weeks. If that's the case, Mason Chase, nobody would marry the narcissist because they would see them in the dating phase. Thank you, Upstart in HD84. Thank you so much. They would see them in the dating stage. That mask is impeccable. It slips sometimes. But they can, the mask is all they have. There's no real person there. That's all they got. Like week-long visits over my entire life, but that's not a fair point. Do you know how to spot? You might not know how to spot a narcissist, Mason. How do they treat your mom now? What is her relationship with them now? How do they treat her now? Is it a non-existent relationship? Because if, Like I said, if they are covert narcissists, then 9 times out of 10, both of them are not narcissists. But I tell you what, if an empath is with a narcissist too long, they can turn them into one. Mm. They can both end up being a narcissist. Or that empath can have strong narcissist trait. Like week-long visits of my entire life. Yeah. So I'm going on 4 years, but even though I don't notice it now, even though I know I must remove myself from this, when I try to leave, he plays the victim shit. That's why does it have to be an argument? So when you try to leave, he plays the victim. I talked about that the early part of the live. So how do you feel when he played the victim? That's a manipulation. He's using he's using your emotions against you. Well, my grandpa's dead, but my mom and grandma have apparently had some healing discussions in these last couple years. That's good. But they still avoid certain topics and there's tension when us kids are around. Okay. He full of shit. Hmm. So he's using your emotions. I talked about that the early part of the live. Don't let him do it. And I'm telling you, if you find yourself getting sick and things are going on with your body, y'all listen. I know y'all try to, I even call his BS and it's like he's in denial or something. Well, no, he's not going to admit it. He is in denial. He's not going to admit it. What's the question, Hillbilly J? Yeah, he's not going to admit it. Like, I mean, I don't think these discussions are as healing as my mom thinks, just a gut feeling. Probably not. Yeah, what's the question, Hillbilly J? Probably not. Like, I don't do discussions with people. I know that a lot of people are jealous of me. These people want my life, but they walk a few steps in my shoes, much less a mile. Okay, girl, I hear you. Okay, so I can and have left, but then he stalks me. What do you mean he stalks you? So, okay, I hear you, Hillbilly. So he stalks you, and then you come back because you're being stalked. So that means that you can't keep the boundaries up because he stalks you. I'm not answering that, Hillbilly J. That's none of your business. Yes, he starts crying. Oh my God. You got the vulnerable narcissist. I talk about past things to help my audience. You got the vulnerable narcissist in front of everyone too, girl. That's a manipulation. How can he grow, Brown? How can he grow? How can he grow? Because it's almost like a parent and a child. Because there are parts of him that's a child, right? He can't evolve with you because he's using you like he would a parent, right? I don't ask for help and I make things happen for everyone around me, but that makes them think that it's easy because it's me. I make it seem easy, but I am human too, and I have human moments. I don't want you to let people feed off of you, Rich the Fish. We don't, those people have to grow up. Those people have to grow up. Everybody thinks I'm so mean to him. They don't see him behind closed doors. Right. She knows Jay, but why would she answer that? Right. That's none of your business. Yes, he has mommy issues. Well, you're the second mom. And you got to ask yourself a question. Why are you in the dynamic? You remember? Because we were talking about empaths tonight. Yes, but I mean, I wonder if it's affected you so much to the point of not dating. Um, no, it's not affected me to that point. I'm healing. I got my life is full. I think dating would just complicate it. My daughter and my grandbaby is still here, and I'm happy. I don't want to be unhappy for the sake of dating. I tell y'all all the time our society is 90% narcissistic. I don't have time. And not only that, I'm still healing. I don't want to hurt anybody. For a transparent moment. Can I be that transparent? I don't want to hurt you. I don't want to hurt nobody. You see what I'm saying? I really don't. That's really my heart. Like I don't want to hurt. I don't want to hurt nobody. You understand? Because I can't give but so much of me right now. Thanks, Auntie. Your channel is such a source of healing for me. Oh, you're very welcome. Oh, no, no, no. I'm good. Hillbilly. I'm not fragile. I never hear you say good things is why. Well, we talk about narcissistic abuse. That's my job on YouTube. I wonder if it was damaged your thinking. Well, these are my life experiences. It is what it is. You know what I mean? You can only speak from your own reservoir. If only these people knew the challenges I had to overcome and the sacrifices I had to make, if only they knew. Mm-hmm. Rich the Fish, it sounds like you need to love on yourself and choose you. You know what I mean? Choose you. I'm here for other people. My life is beautiful, Hillbilly J. Thank you for your time and attention, beautiful queen. Oh, you're welcome, Brown. You're so welcome. Mm-hmm. Yep, that's why I'm here. I'm doing my job. I wouldn't have it any other way. I love this. This is what I love. This is the thing. People love different things. You know what I'm saying? Some people love relationships. You know what I'm saying? I've been in relationships for 30 years. Marriages for 30 years. I've had other relationships. You know what I mean? So I've been relating for a long time. It's my time to love on me. Yes, Brown, I am a life coach. Yeah. So when your life is drama free, I do what I want. A lot of people, listen, a lot of people would, oh my God. Do you know how many people would love to live my life, but their lives ended because they allowed a toxic person to destroy them? I'm proud of what I've done. Narcissistic abuse can really do a number on hyper emotional people, but even the tougher ones can suffer a lot. What? And I told y'all about my sensitivities. The thing that you guys love about me the most is the thing that's how I was exploited as a source of narcissistic supply. The very thing. It's almost like my superpower and my curse all in one until I met my coach who taught me what to do with my empathy. I had a police officer that I had a conversation with one day because I had some issues with one of my sons. And so their dad is not really a part of their life, and I didn't want to involve my brother, so I called the police because you're not going to disrespect me in my house. We're not going to do that. You know what I mean? I'm going to call some authorities to help me out. And I knew that I could communicate with the police where, I didn't have to worry about one of my sons being unalived. I'm a smart lady and very skilled with my words, and know how to keep everybody's emotions in check. I'm just good like that, right? And so yeah, so the police came, three of them, two black, one white, and they were talking to me, and I'm talking to them. Every gift has an equal opportunity to be a curse. Um, Private session fee required. Yes, there's a fee required. Hit me up, Brown, Grabowski Show 4@gmail.com. It's not a big ticket. It's a small ticket. Because what I do here on my channel is my contribution back to society. Really. I give more than what I get, trust me. Um, so two black officers, it ended up being three, and then one white. And so we were talking about the situation, and then one of the officers said to me, said, "Miss Cheryl, you know what your problem is?" And I said, "What is it?" He said, "You just got too much empathy. Just too much." You see what I'm saying? Just too much. Um, but I met this woman, 5 foot tall, approximately 115 pounds. She my sister from another mother, okay? And she's an empath too. And honey, me meeting her, just like you guys meeting me, changed my life. Narcissist abuse is sometimes as bad as having a man beat up on you. Emotional and psychological abuse is worse. And that's what narcissists do. That's what they do. They play all kinds of games. That's what they do. While wearing a mask and a facade, and making everybody else think that they're the best thing since chocolate cake, while abusing you inside the relationship and wearing the image that they are upstanding citizens and they are trash. And the thing is that people do love them, but they don't know them. I remember my first husband's sisters were going to fight me at court. They didn't know. I'll say this, and we're cool nowadays, but they were going to fight me in court because their thing was, "You're lying on our brother. You don't know what I've been through. You don't know him. You think you do." Right? I'm the intimate partner. The intimate partner gets the whole kit and caboodle. Okay? There is a very famous YouTube doctor. Her name is Romany. Yes, ma'am. I love her. And she talks about narcissistic abuse. She says that narcissists can't be. Wait, or did you mean to put undone? Did you mean to put that in there? Because there is no fix for it. These people are permanently, and I tell other empaths this and some religious people, yes, undone. Okay. So they don't want to accept it because it's almost like people are saying, because we've been taught that prayer can fix everything. Oh, God can do everything. That's not even the point. If I get my arm cut off at the shoulder, I will live the rest of my life as an amputee because the body is not designed for this arm to grow back. When the narcissist abandons themselves in childhood because of the pain, psychologically, they build up a wall. They throw that wall up. The wall is as big and high and thick as it can be. Once they pull the wall up, put the wall up. I won't let you hurt me anymore. I won't let nobody hurt me anymore. I've hurt too much. There's been too much pain. I'm hurting so bad. I put the wall up. You won't hurt me. It's all about me now. It's not about you. Well, the wall is so big, so high, so thick that they can't hear anything from behind the wall. They can't see anything. And now they get so far away from everything emotionally, they stop growing. The front part of the brain stops evolving. It's not the size of the regular person's brain in the frontal lobe, not the same size. That stops too. Emotional intelligence is it's not there. It's non-existence. And now you have a person who, hold on, I see you. Now you have a person who is borrowing everything from everybody that they see and come across. Now they're building a construct. Say, Cheryl Grabowski, what is that? Oh, they're building themselves. But what about the person, Cheryl, that they were born into this world as? Oh, that person ceased to exist. They're locked behind a psychological wall. They'll never come out. It's permanent. Once they build this new person, that old person's gone. In this lifetime. Do you believe toxic aunt number one gaslight her supporters? Yes. That's a good analogy. Thank you, Rich the Fish. Yes. And they trauma bond too. I see you. Is that someone on YouTube? At I see you. Is that someone on YouTube? I don't know who it is. But I know who she's talking about. So yes. In the YouTube streets, as they've taught me what they call it, the YouTube streets, so much narcissistic stuff. So much. You know, I say our society is 90% narcissistic. I'm saying the YouTube streets is probably 95% narcissistic. I see you. The Grabowski knows who it is. Who are you? I don't know who you are. Do you know me personally? Hillbilly J, I'm not going to marry you. So you might as well get it out your mind. It's not going to happen. Okay? I see you. I don't know who you are right now. But yeah, so it's a lot. The YouTube streets is a lot toxic. The fighting, oh my God. The fighting. I know, Rich the Fish. Do you believe she's going to attack the two ladies who stood up to her? Yes. I believe that Too Strong will be fine. She can handle it. And I hope the other young lady will be fine too. But yeah, YouTube Street is a lot toxic. They had my cortisol levels up, but never again. Never. Never. I want you guys to share the live. Please share me out today. I need 15 people to share this live out. Okay? because we got to get back in the algorithm. We are still building this platform of survivors and thrivers. I'm going to bring other people to you guys who are in a narcissistic dynamic. I got some people who want to meet you guys, who want to come on camera and talk about their life. Narcissists are very charming. They're the worst. They are very, that's part of the mask. Thank you, HD84. Thank you so much. That little girl was broken. Yes, she was. Yes, she was. And it hurt my heart. That's part of the mask, the charm. Is my thing is this: if you die, if you cease to exist inwardly, and you do that as a child, not too strong, the younger girl, I know, and you do that as a child, you've not developed yet. So you can't hold on to that original identity. That's how you get gone from it. And now you looking at this person, and this person is not real with a gaping hole and probably going to be a VIP member too. Thank you, HD84. I appreciate that. So if I get your email to work, if I ask you questions about how to tell if my grandparents are or were narcissists, does that count as life coaching? No, not really. Life coaching is being on the phone with a schedule where you and I talk at least once a week. That's what the ticket looks like. It looks like, I can't find her channel. What is her name? Too Strong is her name. You should be able to find it. It's Too Strong. You should be able to find it, y'all. But anyway, y'all, kisses and hugs. I enjoyed y'all tonight. I think I held y'all too long. How are narcissists created? 2 ways. Dr. Ramani says that they are created by abuse and neglect. 3 ways. I got 3 ways for you. At least 3. So strong abuse, the younger girl, she sounds younger. Yeah, she is. I think she's 30. What's up, Trinaya Boo? So strong narcissists are created by strong abuse and neglect, but so are empaths. Narcissists are created by too much love and adoration and too much praise and never telling them no. That's another way. And then it could be sort of like genetics. I heard her name, but not her channel. What is her name? Lord have mercy. It's not Truth Is. I don't forget. So, oh no. No. I didn't mean to do that. I see you. I did not mean to time you out, girl. I meant to do hillbilly. No, I'm going to time you out. Because you probably drinking. Time out. I didn't mean to do both. I did 30 minutes, boo. And I'm going to stay here till you come back. Hey, Ariel, I am sorry for doing that. I'm in the building. Neglect narcissists. Yeah, they, I see you. How do I do that? Let me go back and see. Oh my God. All right. I'm sorry, boo. I did not mean, I meant to do, it was just 30 minutes. I didn't mean to do it. I was trying to get, what's his name? Hillbilly. Why are you crying, Ariel? Neglect narcissist. Yeah, abuse and neglect. Like if you don't love on your kid, you neglect them, and then you treat them bad. How can they grow in empathy? They wouldn't know anything about it. Y'all, it's you know what? Let me tell y'all this. I'm gonna tell y'all this. This is how I feel though, for real. My dad almost hit my mom. Oh God. I'm sorry to hear about that, boo. Um, you need to get in a safe place. Um, what was I getting ready to say, Lord? Oh, thank you, Cameron. So I used to be so afraid of dying. I used to be, right? But my new fear is I'm sorry to hear that, Ariel. I really am. That's not good. Um is being born back in this life to terrible parents. I told my daughter the other day, I said, I'm so scared of that. Because y'all know I believe that we have many a lifetimes and we literally just come out of this body and just come right back in here as somebody else. That's what I believe. I don't know if we stay in our bloodline or what, I don't know. But I just don't believe that we just shut our eyes and our chance is over. hmm Ariel, how old are you? Yeah, I so. Because some of these kids, I mean, that's how they become narcissists. All this stuff is childhood stuff, y'all, that we are conversating about. I'm 53. You believe in incarnation? Mason Chase. Listen, I don't call it incarnate. I mean, Jesus was incarnated. Wasn't he, Mason? Don't get me started, Mason. Don't get me started with you. Wasn't Jesus incarnated? Didn't they see him again after he was crucified? Or no? Right, right. No, you use the right word. You use the right word. It's called incarnation. But anyway, y'all have a wonderful night. Kisses and hugs. Ariel, I hope you feel better, darling. I wanted to stay here until I see you got back in here. I see you, honey. I am sorry. I did not mean to block you. Okay, if you come back on this live, because this live will stay up, I did not mean to block you. Yeah, you will hear from me as soon as I come off this live. And another thing, um, you guys, I am available for one-on-one conversations with me. My email is Grabowski Cheryl4 at gmail.com. We could talk on the phone. And if you want to, I am for therapy. I think it's a wonderful thing. I think all people need a therapist. That's my honest opinion. They just do. And for people who are resistant to therapy, it's a strong indication that they have some really terrible things going on. So I advocate for mental health awareness over here, okay? I really do. But anyway, y'all, kisses and hugs. Thank you for the 36 likes. Thank y'all for being here. Y'all are the deep laners, because this is not a foolery channel. This is not for the girls. This is a real life channel dealing with really people going through real serious things. And I love it, and I'm here for it. So thank y'all for supporting me. Bye, guys. Good night.